humble namaskarams to the Supreme Lord Srinivasa, to all the elders, to all the great scholars and great singers present here. So today is the Aradhana Mahotsava of the Mahan Sri Saint Purandaradasa. Often when we hear his name, we come to a conclusion that Purandaradasa is a Vagyayakara. But he is not only a Vagyayakara, but a great Tapasvi, a great Muni who has brought in front of us the Bhagavad Tattva and the greatness of the Supreme Lord Srinivasa. So his compositions are in Kannada language. But even though his compositions are in Kannada, he is known worldwide. He is known to the people of all other languages. This is mainly because Purandaradasa was a Mahanidhi in Sangeeta Shastra, and also he was a person who ruled the Sangeeta dynasty or Sangeeta Samrajya during his time. Nevertheless, he was called Sangeeta Pitamaha. He is the one who made the foundation or the basic lessons of Carnatic music, such as the Sarali Varasai, Jantai Varasai, etc. And he has laid a foundation on which the Sampurna Karnataka Shastra stands today. So, such a great Mahanubhava he is. But there is a considerable misconception that he is a person who belongs only to the field of Sangeeta, which is not right, because he was a very wise, a profound scholar, a prominent intellect too. And his knowledge has never been a question about it. As we all know, music can never be an exclusive factor which will lead us to the moksha, which is eternal. It is the eternal jnana and bhakti which will lead us to moksha. And to obtain this bhakti, there is a need to know the Bhagavad Tattva more and more and more, again and again. So we should be very much thankful to the Saint Purandaradasa, who has brought in front of us innumerous amount of Bhagavad Tattva. He had an immense jnana in both the fields, in both the field of Shastra and Sangeeta. It's very rare to find such a combination of both. His sagacious disposition is because he is none other than the avatara of Saint Narada. He is a Gandharva himself. He is a Gandharva, specifically Saint Narada. He has been sent to Boloka by the Supreme Lord Vishnu because here there is a greater cause which he had to address. There is always difference between the powers possessed when a person is in Mula Rupa and when he is in Avatara Rupa. There happens a diminish in power, in Jnana, in Shakti, etc. when the person is in Avatara Rupa. Of course, the exception is the Supreme Lord Vishnu, Lakshmi Devi and Vayudeva. So the same situation actually happened here. When Narada incarnated as Purandaradasa, there happened a diminish in his knowledge. He was incarnated, he took avatara as Srinivasa Nayaka. As we all know the story, he was very obsessed with materialistic wealth. I would like to give an example here. When ashes are filled in above the ember in a heated coal, when ashes are filled above the ember in a heated coal, we do not see the fire that the ember possesses. And when air comes and blows away the dust or the ashes which covers the ember, then we come to know about the fire which is inside the ember. Just like that, when Srinivasa Nayaka was born, he was very obsessed in his materialistic wealth. He had jnana and bhakti, but it didn't come to the limelight. So here the factor of air is none other than the versatile Supreme Lord Bhagavanta, who came directly and gave his darshana to Purandaradasa, to Srinivasa Nayaka, and by his darshana he brought Purandaradasa to the Bhakti Marga. As we all know the further story, the versatile Lord comes in the form of a Brahmana and asks for Bhiksha to Purandaradasa. And Srinivasa Nayaka here refuses to give even a penny to as a Bhiksha to the Brahmana. So the Paramatma goes to his wife Saraswati and asks for Bhiksha. Having no other choice, she gives the nose ring that she was wearing. And when Srinivasa Nayaka returned home, he asks for the nose ring. And she got frightened, she was panic stricken. She praised the Lord, and here the Supreme Lord again blesses her with the nose ring. It appears when she tries to consume poison. And this nose ring she returns to Srinivasa Nayaka. This situation, the darshana of the Supreme Lord and this incident happening, all these became the realization factor for Srinivasa Nayaka. He sacrifices everything he had earned, each and everything, even a penny, and comes to the Vairagya Marga. And when he adopts Vairagya Marga, once it is known that his wife carries a small vessel, and he even takes the vessel away from her and throws it, saying that even holding a penny of a rupee may distract him or may disturb his Vairagya Marga. They say there should be no remains of some of the things like Runa, Agni, etc. In a Subhashita it says, Agni Sesham, Runa Shesham, Shatru Shesham, Tathaivacha, Punah Punah Pravardheta, Tasmat Shesham Nakarayet. So as per the Subhashita, he enters the complete Vairagya Marga. He is an ocean of literature. He has composed not thousands, but 4,75,000 songs. I think even saying the numbers brings goosebumps in us. Such a great literature we get today is all because of the great saint Purandaradasa. It was Lord Vedavyasa who has brought innumerous Bhagavad Tattva through his words in Sanskrit. He was Lord Vedavyasa, is none other than the Supreme Lord Sakshat Vishnu. But after this, it is Purandaradasa as a human being who has brought such a innumerous value, such innumerous tattvas, such innumerous greatness of the Supreme Lord. So he actually intended to do 5 lakh songs, but the 25,000 songs which he couldn't complete was fulfilled by Vijayadasa, who is believed to be the rebirth of Madhvapati Vitala, who is none other than Purandaradasa's son. So it is believed that Purandaradasa's son, again born as Vijayadasa, completed his desire of 5 lakh songs. So of all these, I feel worried when I hear that people refer to Purandaradasa as just a person who performs bhajans, etc. I would like to bring to the notice that Purandaradasa was a person with intense knowledge in Sangeeta Shastra. There are Sangeeta Chakravartis who even praised Purandaradasa. I would like to name that one of the Trimurti, the Mahan Tyagaraja Swami, has praised Purandaradasa in one of his compositions. Purandaradasa's composition are not only restricted to Kacheri Sampradaya. It is sung and heard in each and every household. And of all these, even a small child can render his composition. Such is his greatness. His Sahitya, all this Mahatva emerges from his Sahitya. They say, Rushinam Punaradhyanam Vacham Arthona Dhavati. The words of great people comes first and then actions follows. Actions happens according to their words. They say this, and such a person was Purandaradasa. So such Mahima is possessed by the words of Purandaradasa. Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanams has taken a great part in bringing out the literature of this great Mahan Purandaradasa through their project Dasa Sahitya project. And the way Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanams celebrate the Aradhana Mahotsava of Purandaradasa is known worldwide. Worldwide, people watch and they get immersed in the Bhakti Marga by the live programs which happens by the celebration of Purandaradasara Aradhana in the lotus feet of Sri Srinivasa at Tirumala. So, I would like to conclude by saying, I belong to Tamil Nadu, someone who is not aware of the language Telugu. But then, I was astonished to find that each and every person in Tamil Nadu watches this particular Purandaradasara Mahotsava. So such is his greatness, and such is the greatness of the people who are celebrating his Aradhana in a very majestic way. I do the Samarpana of this small Seva, and I am very glad to be a part of it. I do the Samarpana of this small Seva in the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord Srinivasa, Purandaradasa Antaryami, Srinivasa Guru Namaha. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.